Hello, I'm Austin Jarrett from Allett Mowers. Today we're going to be looking at our classic petrol range. They come in self-propelled 14-inch and 17-inch. We call them our budget petrol products because they are our lowest price petrol machines and they just have less frills than our other products. But at the end of the day, they're a cylinder mower with rollers and simple to use, and that is what these products give you. The 14-inch as a guide is for 150 metre squared lawns, and the 17-inch we say 280 metres. Of course, you can use a smaller machine on a bigger lawn and save some money, and you can use a bigger machine on a smaller lawn, and it will give you lovely broad stripes which sometimes look so much more presentable. The smaller of the two machines is 38 kilos and the 17-inch is 41.5 kilos, and that's plenty of weight to give you the classic Allett stripes that we love. These are both a really great choice for small and medium lawns where you want petrol which will go anywhere. Why are you going to choose a cylinder instead of a rotary mower? Well, if you're shopping, you need to look at our video, which is the rotary versus cylinder mower video. It goes into quite some depth. But as an overview, a cylinder cuts like scissors. They give you the most amazing striping because of the front roller, the rear roller, and the way that the cylinder treats the grass over the whole width being exactly the same, giving you these lovely contrasting stripes. You can achieve low cuts with a cylinder mower that you just can't achieve with a rotary mower, and what this mower gives you, which we love about these Allett mowers, is you can, with just the use of an Allen key, remove the cartridges for servicing. More importantly, I can insert a scarifier cartridge in these machines so I can do the cultivations that are so necessary to get a great lawn. But please look at a separate video about the Allett scarifier cartridge. If we start right at the very front of the mower, we have the grass boxes. The grass boxes are polypropylene, and that gives us a very light grass box to carry when it's full of grass clippings. There's no paint on this, so if we bump it into rockeries it doesn't go rusty. And the smaller machine has a 32 litre, the larger machine has a 40 litre grass box. They're also very quiet on the mower because they're not rattling or drumming like a metal grass box might do. The capacity of these is really good. The machine, the actual grass box itself is very open, and when you come to empty this, there is nothing to stop the grass clippings from falling straight into the wheelie bin. Next is the front roller. If I remove the grass boxes, you can see that clearly. What is the purpose of the front roller? It helps with giving a better stripe, and it is also supporting the front of the machine so that we can control the height of cut. The height of cut is controlled here, and on this dial I have 6 preset height adjustments. I can set it at the lowest height of cut, which would be 6 millimeters when I have the cylinder in, but when I have the scarifier, that will be down at 0 in order to fetch the dead material out of the bottom of the sward. The height of cut of the machine is set on the dial on the side. By moving the front roller up and down, it changes the height of cut. The 6 preset height of cut adjustment positions are the lowest at 6 millimeters. The next one is 9 millimeters, 13 millimeters, 18, 25, and the highest height of cut is 32 millimeters. If I put the scarifier in instead of the cylinder, I'm generally using that down at the lowest setting, and that gives me 6 millimeters when I'm using the cutting cylinder, but it's down at 0 with the larger diameter of the scarifier unit. So this scissor cutting action is really created all down here next with the cylinder. The cylinders that are fitted in the classic petrols are 5-bladed cylinders. and that in conjunction with the bottom blades cause the cutting action. Both of these machines give 66 clips per metre. That means that we're getting a cut every 15 millimetres, which is absolutely beautiful for most lawns cut at 20 millimetres and above. The hardened steel blades on the cylinder and the bottom blade give long life and nice sharp cutting. One of the unique things about Allett is that we can remove these cartridges so quickly and so easily. And I can remove this cartridge so that I can transport it for servicing, take it out in order to make adjustments, or I can put other cartridges in. We recommend that you use the spring-tined cartridge, which we call the scarifier, but other 14 and 17-inch cartridges will fit into these machines from our range, but we generally don't recommend them unless you're really aware of what you're doing, because with the preset height adjustments, I can't get exactly the depth of cultivation that I might want if I'm using the Verticut or the Dethatcher cartridge. So what powers these petrol machines? And this is the 87cc Lonsin engine. This engine we get in from China, and it's proven over the years that we've used this engine to be very good and very reliable, and a reliable starter. The process for starting the engine is to switch it on right at the very front, put the choke into position and put the revs. And you can turn the engine off by just flicking that switch. So they've really proven to be very reliable engines, maybe slightly noisier than the other models that we use on the more premium products, but we're really very happy with this engine. Let's then move on to the rear roller. So the rear roller is an extremely important part of the strong striping that you expect from your Allett cylinder mower. On the 17-inch and the 14-inch machines in this classic petrol range, they're both single piece rollers. They're steel and they're painted. The drive for the rear roller is controlled from the handlebars, but that in conjunction with the front roller, rear roller, gives us the really strong striping that we really want. The other thing about having rollers on a mower like this is if we need to mow right up to the edge and hang over the edge of the lawn, the mower doesn't drop off the edge and we can mow absolutely up to the side of the lawn. Handlebars of the machine. This is where we control everything, and the nice thing about this machine is that I can drive cylinder only, I can drive rear roller only, or I can actually drive both, so I'm mowing and driving the rear roller. And that allows me to drive the cylinder and push it into more difficult areas where I want to have good control. It allows me to drive it backwards and forwards to storage easily. And of course, it makes for really easy mowing because I've got cylinder drive and rear roller drive as well. And I can really nip along quite quickly with this machine if I want. The forward speed of the machine and the cylinder speed is determined by the throttle position, and I've got 3 positions that I can adjust this handlebar to give me different height settings. I can undo this knob just here, and once I've done that, it will allow me to fold the handlebars up to reduce the storage area that this takes up in the garage. So in conclusion, if you want a no-frill cylinder mower with a nice reliable petrol engine in 14 and 17 inch, then these are absolutely the mowers for you. In their simplicity, they are easy to use, they give the great Allett stripes of course, and the added advantage of being able to remove the cylinder for servicing or for interchanging with the scarifier cartridge, then this really does give you the package to be able to create a great lawn. Thanks ever so much for listening, And please visit our website if you need to know more, or look at our YouTube channel where you'll see more about the other cartridges that fit into this machine.